Expect call the ready. We live in a time where we question our frame. When they ask us what our rights are, they say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punisher is abolished all the way. He's been here for years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together, they making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war, on their side is God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need, they get from each other. They have each other's back like sister and brother. They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no repercussion. You need to learn the thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is our solution. CPS, we have your number. We are coming for you.
Family is the most important thing we have.
It's about time we stand up for the kids.
Another family, no more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels, because you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight, as CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice they didn't make. Now they spend their days in crates and know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your payback. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids.
They are taking our kids every day. I shout them in and no one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. Give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
What's up, Tiff?
None, where you at?
I'm in the bottom of you.
I
Where are
can't
you?
see you. My phone won't move either. Oh,
Well,
there you are. I see you now.
There I am. We had a good show tonight.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Did she click on?
Heather's here.
Huh?
She's here. Your guest is here.
Yeah. While we were doing the song, I called her, but she couldn't hear me. So I just kept telling her to hit the link.
The live concert going on.
Yeah.
Do you wanna? We got another one back there too. That's coming back to visit us. Your friend.
Yeah. We got
Yep.
Kim and Ann tonight.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you. Who? Are we ready?
Let's bring them out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Hi, everybody.
What's shaking? What we got going on?
Everything's shaking.
Yep.
Everything. Man, that's so great. Look at that setup. She got a beautiful American setup right there.
Yes, she does.
Man, you should have that,
It
Tiff.
does. I like that.
I got more flags in my house than I need.
Amen to that.
You never have enough flags, Tiff.
Thank you.
Never. Never
I'm
ever.
running out of room.
Well, you know what they say about running out of room, don't you?
Make
Just
more.
get a bigger house. I can find one for
That's
you.
right. Yep. You do something. I got my there's my only fan right there. See that?
It's upside down.
Yeah.
No, that's my flag.
Oh,
My
what did
fan
you
is right
say?
here.
Oh,
my
fan.
fan
I
right
thought
here.
you said flag.
My number one fan.
I don't know. I've been thinking about putting my feet on there.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? That's the truth too. I tell you what, years ago, my dad would have killed a man for putting that flag upside down and burning it or stomping on it. But the way the
We're in
thing's going,
distress.
yeah, we are.
We're in distress. That's exactly
that's-
what it means.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. You know, when
Yep.
when we think we've had too much, and it's time to throw in the towel, they'll flip that flag over. And there's a lot of people that would say that we are in that. So it's not disrespectful. Just the American people have had enough, and that's their sign to say, look, help us. I mean, things are happening to all of us. Things that you would never have thought.
Yeah, for real. If it was 200 years ago, this would not be going on.
Well, we just wouldn't know about it as much, but I think this has been going on for a long time. But not
Well,
as
yeah.
bad.
On for
We
well,
were just leaving one place from the same. So we were leaving 200 years ago. We were leaving a place that already had it happen and then coming to another one.
Say
Here
hi.
we are. There he is, buddy. Baby shark, baby shark.
Hey.
Baby shark.
Oh, hi, buddy.
hi, doll. How are you?
Yeah, little man.
You're adorable.
Hi.
Okay.
Them
Oh,
cheeks,
thank
boy.
you. Go with Papa.
Bye, buddy.
No. He's already in the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep,
So we
he's a good
brought
little
Ann
boy.
on. I want her to tell her story of what's going on. And I brought Kim on because Kim is in Texas.
Whoop,
Yeah. What?
I was just asking, do they have grass in Texas?
whoop. Do they have grass? He wants to know if we have grass.
Not weed, but I mean, like, green
We
grass.
in
Hey, we ain't talking about weed.
Right.
No,
No.
Talking about.
He's talking
Actual
I
about
know,
the
they
grass.
have them
front
at, I
yard.
know that they have them at the high school football fields. There's plenty of grass there. They probably spend more money on those high school football fields than they feel on anything else, don't they? Isn't high
Yeah.
school football big in Texas?
That is pretty much the way it goes.
So is our college.
Yeah.
Whole town's clear out for that shit down there, right? The whole town will go away
Yeah.
to watch a football game.
College, football. Period.
Yeah.
Football is
Good
huge
stuff,
for us.
buddy.
That's why Cowboys are America's team.
No, they were until the Patriots took that spot.
Shut
Now,
up. We still are.
Right.
I don't know who is now, but you know, I don't even think America has a team anymore. America's team.
Yeah, they do. It's us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. So what's going on?
Cowboys
Tiff, what do you got
forever.
going on? What's happening?
Where do you want me to start?
At
In
the
the middle.
beginning.
In the middle? All right. Well, let's start in the beginning. Well, as Tiffany knows, she's known me for a few years now. I've been through abuse my whole life. Whether it was emotional, mental, physical, whatever, I've been through abuse. I recently had to put my husband in jail about a year and almost a half ago for physical abuse on me and my kids. All my parents are dead. All my family is either estranged or they are dead. It's been one hell of a ride. My mama loved me. Don't get me wrong. My mama loved me, but she didn't know how because she was abused as well. Okay, and she was also taken by CPS and put into her aunt and her sister's care. So my aunt is also kind of my grandmother. In a weird, crazy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aunt Graham. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And
That's a Grant mom.
yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that. My grandma, but she don't give me nothing.
Well, she should.
She should.
Twice the person.
Taking over the grandmother scene, she should. But anywho, my mom died about 3 years ago. And then my husband, like I said, I had to put him in jail, in prison. Actually, he's in prison right now. He's in prison for about almost a year and a half. And we've had it hard, me and my boys, our whole lives. We've been free from any and all abuse since he's been in jail. But it's been rough. It's been really, really rough. It's been hopping from place to place and trying to find where we work, where we settle, where we can behaviorally know who we are and be able to work together and figure all of it out. Okay, well, we were in the process of moving because my landlady wanted us off the property because I didn't stay and clean one day after my home was double sold between her and a black man. The black man won, and he was amazing. He let us stay there as long as we needed. But I found out that over $1,000 was stolen out of my bank account. And come to find out, it was my oldest, which I hate to say, but it was my oldest because he was under bad influence. And then that was my camper money and my car money. So my car got behind. And then my water got broken. Like it looked like it was kicked in the very next day. And then the very next day after that, the money that I paid towards my electric, I still had $98 on the prepaid account, but the account wasn't in my name. So what they did was they took it off. They turned it off on me, and I had to live there for 8 days with my kids with no electricity. 4 of those days was really cold. And then my homegirl Kendra, who lives here in Emory with me, she was gracious enough to give us about a week at her house, about 4 days actually, a week at her house, and then about a week, 4 days or something like that at a motel called the Big Tree Motel. But then we had to come back to my camper to make sure that it was ready to move because we were having to move it. We were trying to move back to where my kids were born, my two oldest boys. And that's also where I grew up for like 17 years. And the day after we spent the night, we spent one night in that camper. There was no electricity because we were moving it. So what was the point in even trying to put electricity on there? You know what I mean? For one night, we're going to spend a couple $100 to put one night on there, right? You know what I mean? Plus it was still under the dude's name, and freaking we couldn't, it was just a process, and I just didn't have the money to do all that or the time. So I thought, okay, so we're going to camp it out. I've been under so much stress. I was sick for like 2.5 months. I was in and out of the hospital. I had lost my voice because I was sick so bad. And my ex came by and he was like, you know what? You need to take a break. You've been so stressed out. Everything's been going on. I had to quit my job because I was sick, for one. And for two, because a girl had spit on me at work while I was talking to a customer. And instead of them giving the cops, I'm sorry?
So that's a hell of a reason right there to quit. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just me being sick, because I was trying to deal with it while being sick. Because my customers, they know me, they love me. They were telling me that I need to post up my freaking schedule just so they know when to come in. I got customers that told me they wouldn't return because I wouldn't even be there. My customers absolutely loved me. But the thing was they wouldn't give the cops the footage or anything to help with my investigation for the girl that spit on me. So, and instead they told me I need to stop talking to my customers like I'm their friend and stop joking around with them. And I was like, that's not me. I can't do that. So I can't be here no more. And I gave 10 months of my life to that place. And I still love that place to this day. It's just I can't not joke around with my customers. I'm too happy of a person. I love life too much. But anyways, I came back from the store. I was gone for like an hour, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. I don't know exactly how long I was gone because I left my phone. I left my keys with my son. Oh God, I am so everywhere. Okay, the day before, my oldest son had ran off. He wasn't supposed to run off, but he did. He was 13 at the time. He's 14 now. He just turned 14 a couple of days, about 2 weeks later. And so it was just me, my 11-year-old, and my almost 3-year-old, who was literally a week from turning 3. He had taken a nap, but I couldn't leave him in the camper because there was no AC. There was no electricity. And my middle boy didn't want to go. He was like, okay, Mom, like we always do, because I didn't have a babysitter or nothing. He was like, Mom, go ahead, go to the store. I got him. Because he wasn't going to be able to get nothing because it was my ex buying me the beer. And yeah, it was a beer. My ex was going to buy me a beer to help me calm down because I've been so stressed out. One beer. I didn't even get to drink it. I didn't even get to drink it. Which really sucked. But what really sucked was whenever I was on my way back, I saw my niece walking on the side of the road, and I said, hey, girlie, what are you doing? She said, apparently there's cops at your house. I said, what? And we hauled ass to the house. I didn't even let the bike come to a complete stop, and I jumped off. And I went running up to my boy, my 11-year-old, and I said, "What's going on? Is everybody okay?" Because I thought something serious was wrong. Like somebody was actually hurt, or the baby choked, or something. Something serious. No, no, nothing serious happened. A wrecker came to get my car right after I left. The wrecker called the police officers. The officer came to my house with my sister-in-law, or my brother's baby mama, should I say, with my baby on her hip, talking shit about me. And she don't even know me. Me and her don't hang out. So the police officer was already mad at me, I guess, from whatever she told him. And was immediately telling me abandonment, abandonment, abandonment. You're going to jail. Your kids are getting taken. And I was like, that's not even right, because in Texas, there is no age limit on how old you have to be able to watch your younger sibling. As long as they are capable of dealing with an emergency situation, and my boys are more than capable. We've been doing this for over a year. I mean, we've been surviving their whole lives.
Right.
There is absolutely no excuse of why my kid wasn't capable of dealing with the situation. And there was no excuse for the cop to arrest me for abandonment and endangerment.
I don't understand that.
I have
Why
2
the
felony
abandonment?
charges.
But why the abandonment?
That's what he was hollering, abandonment, abandonment. And then whenever we went to CPS court, he was saying endangerment. And that's on record, him saying endangerment. But at the scene, he said abandonment. So I want to get a hold of that this camera and have him saying that. Okay. And he's like, well, I know the area, and across the highway, there's easy living in Mulberry Cove. I grew up there. I've been in that area for 25 years, since 2004. So almost 30 years, you know what I'm saying? I know what's up with the area. Everybody knows me. If they don't know me, they know somebody that does. And it's ridiculous for him to say that, because I even had the car parked sideways, so it wasn't even going towards the road. We are on a back road, a country road, where there's not a whole lot of traffic. There's some traffic because it's behind Hawk Cove, but there wasn't a whole lot of traffic. So for him to sit there and say it was abandonment or endangerment, I wasn't even gone 2 hours. How's that abandonment? How's that endangerment? They were at home on private property.
Where are you in Texas?
Well, at the moment, I'm in Emory, but it happened in Quinlan.
In Quera?
Quinlan.
Quinlan. Okay. Gotcha.
Quinlan.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know much about East Texas, but Hawk Cove itself is considered a city of its own. And it's basically just a neighborhood.
Okay. What county are you in?
I'm in Rains, but the incident happened in Hunt.
Okay.
Hunt.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry for my teeth missing, y'all. It's not because of drugs. It's because I was in a motorcycle accident back in 2007. I went face first into a hackberry tree and died 3 times.
You don't need to apologize for anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too worried about
I know,
that.
but I know a lot of people like to judge.
Well,
And I want everybody to understand it's not like that.
You can get the hell out of here if they want to judge.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, I will
Don't
never
worry about
tolerate judgment like that. You don't need to explain yourself. We're here to help you get your babies back.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Someone else
appreciate
has a
that.
problem making find their way off this channel.
Yep.
Thank you. So I spent 36 days in jail trying to get out of jail. They wouldn't let me have access to my phone. They wouldn't let me talk to my kids. My oldest wasn't even at the scene. And he ended up going into a group home just about 3 weeks ago, the day before he was supposed to see me. He was going to come with my boyfriend to see me. Well, he is now my ex-boyfriend, but that's neither here nor there. I digress. It's a complicated situation, but we're really good friends. You know what I mean? He was going to bring my boy to see me regardless. And the day before they took him, or the day before he was to come see me, they took him. He's now in the group home. I finally got to talk to them for the first time today. Finally, after May 20th was the day I got arrested. I'm just now getting to talk to them on the phone today.
Unbelievable.
27th
Yeah. Yeah.
last week.
The 20th. The 20th. 20.
May?
Oh, the 20th of May.
Yes.
And when did they get taken by or kidnapped by CPS? When was that?
Thank you. I love how you just put that. They got kidnapped on May 20th.
Okay, on May 20th. And they
But my
didn't.
oldest didn't until 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So we have.
Yeah, because they said he was fine where he was. They said he was fine where he was. But then all of a sudden they were sitting there trying to say that because she's a Catholic woman and she works at the convent here in Emory. So he was fine where he was. But then all of a sudden he wasn't. The day before he was to come see me. So they
So
went in and took him. And he wasn't even part of the case.
okay, so tell me where all the kids are. The
The
13
kids,
group home, right?
yes, a 13-year-old is in a group home in Greenville.
Okay.
And he is being bullied heavily. He was
Okay.
being bullied so bad that he was in a fight while I was on the phone.
Okay, well we need to do you have a caseworker?
Yes, for Empower.
Blowing her ass up and I'd be calling the governor's office. But
Well,
that's
she
what-
was on the phone. She was on the phone.
and what did
But I
she
didn't
do?
know. She immediately hung up the phone where we all had to end our call. And then
Okay.
she got me back on the phone with my boy, my oldest,
What is
and
this
I was
bitch's
able to
name?
calm him down.
Hold on, what is this bitch's name? You got her name?
Her name is Tyler, or no, not Tyler, Taylor something. And she seemed really nice. I mean, you know how they do. They seem really nice.
Do, yeah. Well,
And
just
she's just trying to do her job.
okay, well, I'm going to give you my 2 cents. Other people may not agree with me. But
I've
number
dealt
one,
with CPS before. They're never your friend.
right, okay. But number one is every kid she picks up, she gets $2,500 bonus. So your kids, if they're 3, are worth $7,500. So it's all about money. And you
I
have to
know.
wrap your brain around that. She's making money off of this. However, we need to call state representatives, the governor, the senators, all of those things because your rights are being trampled. And they
I
do
didn't
that.
even get to do a service plan. I didn't get to do nothing because they arrested me and took me away before I had a chance to even talk to CPS while they were taking my kids away.
Okay.
5 minutes after I left, supposedly CPS showed up. According to my best friend, well, she's semi my best friend. As of right now, it's kind of rocky. But my best friend and my ex-boyfriend, they were both there at the scene whenever I was arrested, and they stayed until CPS showed up.
Okay. Well, number one, you
Nice,
need to get affidavits from both of them. Okay.
What's an affidavit?
An affidavit is a sworn statement from an eyewitness who was there and witnessed things. And they write it out and they get it notarized. You can go to the bank and get it notarized. You can go different places. But if
Yeah, we have Gerald
if
Earls
any
in
of
Quinlan that does it for free.
okay. So, but you need to get sworn statements from any eyewitness that were there and that saw the police and everything.
Okay.
Then we need to file a lot of paperwork in this deal to cover your ass. Have you filed anything?
Uh,
You have?
no, because I last time around I was dealing with CPS. I didn't have friends like y'all,
Okay. That's okay. We don't
like Tiffany, should I say? Because I've known Tiffany for how many years? You've helped me freaking get through all this stuff to where I was able to avoid them up until now.
okay.
I was able to fight back, but this time I couldn't fight back because they arrested me before I had a chance to fight.
And I understand that. And I get it. They've stolen all of our children. Okay. I've been in your shoes more than once. Okay.
I've been one other time.
Okay, so just know that we are very empathetic to what you're going through, but I don't want you to feel like you've got to make excuses to us. There is no excuse why they took your children. Okay.
There ain't.
CPS supposedly is there to help families. Well, no, they take families, they take children because they
tear them apart. They tear them
make
apart.
money. And then if they get the and then if they get the kids adopted, it's more money and blah 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 blah. Okay. And you're
Well,
not.
that's why I brought Kim on. That's why I brought Kim on, because she's literally in the same state with you. And I'm going to share you can share information, or I'll give her your information. But I'm working on 5 different things here. And I said, remember, I told you I got one in Texas.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, we've got to file a lot of things. We've got to file subpoenas, but we have to file a case against CPS. Have you gotten any court documents from CPS?
Only the first time that they did the adversary hearing with my 2 youngest. I got the serving papers. That's it. Okay.
What is their safety plan? Like, what are you allowed to do? Did they tell you any of that?
What do you mean allowed to do? Because I haven't gotten no safety plan. They told me that I have to I can't talk to the kids, not directly. I can only do it on 3 ways, and I just now got that. What else? They want me drug tested whenever they deem fit. I'm supposed to do a hair follicle, and I don't want to do a hair follicle. I don't, because of the simple fact that they falsified 2 hair follicles in my last case.
Okay. And did you pass?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. I had to buy my own hair follicle and nail cuticle test just to prove I didn't do nothing. And that's the only thing that saved my kids last time around.
Okay. Well, number one, there should be a safety plan. She's gone.
No, well, I'm here. I'm just not. I'm trying to get my phone plugged in.
Okay.
Well, the safety plan should be how they contract with her originally, anyhow, right? Like that's supposed to be their first base with you. What about a
But you got to remember, I was arrested and taken away before they put up a safety plan.
They still have to come and serve you that
They
paperwork
still have
and
to
talk
serve
to you at jail, right?
Yeah.
I have to go get a psych eval. I have to do NAAA.
Is this all judge ordered? Yes, ordered.
Yes, judge ordered. Judge ordered, and he told me straight up that I can call him the head kidnapper because he was the one that signed off on it.
Boy, so he's gunning for you, huh?
He said for you to call him the head kidnapper?
Yes.
He's gunning for you. I would get a change of, I would immediately file for a change of jurisdiction.
Venue.
It don't do no good.
A change of venue, if nothing else, file for the judge to be recused.
Yeah, recuse the judge, change the venue, because that's ridiculous. If that judge said that,
he's biased. I mean, right there.
Yeah.
Do you know if they recorded what the judge said? Was there a court reporter in there?
Yes, there was a court reporter.
Court of record, right?
So we need to get that stuff from the court reporter for sure. All the testimony, and don't be surprised if it's changed. They change that crap all the time, and it's obvious where they change it. They don't even try to cover it up.
And he told me that just because I have dabbled in any drugs, it means I deserve my kids to be taken.
First of all, don't tell him anything.
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
Yeah, this judge is very brutal. This judge is very brutal and very rude. And And
Yeah,
from what I know,
definitely.
Judge Aiken is too.
So are those the only 2 judges there?
For these kind of cases, yes, ma'am.
Mm.
Well,
And
that
I
just
told
means they
everybody
have to
I was
put a
going to be blasting them on the internet.
substitute.
I'm going to use if I can. That means what?
Yeah.
They would have to bring in a substitute or a retired judge to hear your case.
Correct. And that's why we need that transcript from when they said all that to you, because we need to, at a minimum, we'll file a flipping appeal because everything they've done is illegal.
They're not used to anybody standing up to them like I am.
Well,
They're not
and
used
I
to it.
realize that they never.
They're used to people bowing down, bitches. And I won't bow down. I'm not
Right,
bow down. I'm a good mom. My kids will tell you they love me. I'm sorry.
Well, of course they do. None of this makes you a bad mom. You know, and let's just
I know.
say, for instance, you had some issues with drugs. That is no reason to take your children away. They're supposed to come in and help you with that. That is what they're charged.
I dabbled. It was never an issue. The drugs were never an issue at all.
Well, I know, and I'm just saying, if they were, it is not in their power to come take your children. You know, I mean, they have no leg to stand on. And we can file an appeal, but we've got to get that transcript, the court order, and have
And this case also had nothing to do with drugs.
It was that you supposedly abandoned them, neglected them, or whatever.
Yeah, abandonment. And whenever they came to visit me in jail, whenever the Justin Swab came to visit me in jail, he told me that the reason they took my kids was because I was in jail and there was nobody there to watch the kids while I was in jail.
Okay, well, you're out now, Mr. Justice. Why don't you give me
Where's
my kids
my babies?
back?
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
So where are the other 2? Where's the 3-year-old?
I'm sorry, excuse me, I burped. The 3-year-old and my 11-year-old are with their only living paternal grandmother.
And do you get along with her?
For the most part, yes. But the most of our relationship, mine and my husband's relationship, she didn't like me because they were partial to the ex.
Yeah, that's right. You keep saying that too. You keep saying that you guys don't get along. Don't you let them for a minute think that you have a good relationship with that woman. It'll take those kids right away from her.
Yep.
They will.
So have you seen those 2 children?
No.
Why?
My question would be, if her friends were there, they're considered fictive kin. Why were those children not given to one of the 2 or 1 and 1? You know what I'm saying?
Or the sister or the brother's baby mama, whose daughter is my niece.
But that's my point. Just because you went to jail, there were people there to take your children. CPS took them for the money.
Thank you.
And when they have one of your children in, quote, foster care, which the aunt is considered foster care, the group home is foster care, they get $150,000 per kid at the 31st day from the federal government.
And that was something that the judge brought up to me too. Was he said that they do not get no money for taking kids.
Well, he's a liar.
He said, I don't know what CPS things you're on Facebook, but they do not get money for that.
That is not, he's a liar.
And he told me I deserved my kids to be taken.
Or he's not very informed. So maybe we need to educate his ass.
Thank you. It's a very corrupt county. A very corrupt county.
Honey, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt.
Yes, ma'am.
I hate to tell you that. I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I started 30 years ago. And I hate to tell you this, but it's the same case over and over and over again. Just change the names, the dates, and the ages of the kids.
Thank you.
And it happens over and over and over again. And so,
And then they don't take the kids that deserve to be taken.
The most important thing is to keep your mind about you, to try to stay one step ahead of them, and to be calm. You know what I mean? And it's so hard when you take a parent's children for that parent to stay calm. And so then they try to say, oh, the parent's crazy because they want their kids back. Well, of course it is. It's called biology. Okay? Even dogs.
I can't live without them.
Yeah.
I can't live without my babies. I'm seeing them in my dreams. I'm having nightmares.
I understand. And I've been there. And Tiff's been there. And Punisher's been there. We've all been there.
This time, I'm going to have PTSD because the first time they came involved, I kind of did need them. And at first, I needed them. Up until they falsified my test. But this time around, they were not needed at all. It should have been a Class C misdemeanor ticket. That was it.
Right.
That was it.
Why did the baby mama of your niece, is it? Why was she even there?
Because she lives 5 minutes around the corner. It's a 5-minute walk from my house to hers. And she happened to have a sister-in-law that drove past my house and saw the wrecker there. And so she gave her a call and said, hey, there's people at Heather's house. You need to get over there. And so she came over, but she was talking shit. Because I'm not good enough in her opinion.
Jesus, God almighty. You're surrounded by a bunch of bad people.
Yeah, you are.
I know it. And I don't even talk to her. She helped me get the camper. Her ex is my ex-fiance who I got into the wreck with. The one that I died in the 2007 wreck. Her brother is that one I was with.
Wow.
It was his fault, the reason why I died.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, well you're not the bad guy, so don't say that anymore.
No. I'm not. I'm not the bad guy. I'm a badass woman. I'm a badass mother.
Yes, you are.
And I'm going to fight tooth and nail, and I will die for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I get that. Like I told you, I've been there, you know. And the worst thing anybody can ever do to a parent is take their children. There's nothing worse than that on the planet.
Amen to that.
It's so hard not to just want to give up. But that piece of me that's like, they're coming back regardless.
Those kids are waiting for you. Those kids are waiting for you.
And I'm waiting for them. Telling yourself every single moment of every day, my children are coming home. Because there's a lot that goes on in our brains that goes out into the universe. And when you have that positive attitude, and then when we go to court, okay, I want you to have a sense of humor. And it's really hard. But I want you to go, well, there's that idiot judge. I'm going to get him on another appeal. You know what I mean? I remember going to court, and I mean, it was several years into my case. And my ex had molested the children, and he was very politically connected. And you can put the dots together on that. And he admitted that he had molested the children, and they gave him the children. But when they put me on the stand, they said, so what did Mr. Brown do that was so bad? I said, well, he fucked the children. I mean, I don't know how else to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't expect that, but you have to be very bold.
During my adversary hearing with my two youngest, they didn't want me speaking because I also have a criminal thing going. Okay. But also, hang on. Can we turn down that music just a tiny bit? It's throwing me off.
I don't hear any music.
I hear it.
I know. I got it.
My lawyers told me from the very get go that with it being a small town, they all are very good friends and they work very, very well together.
Of course.
And I
Small
still
town.
have not won anything
Well,
except
because
for my boys being put at their grandmother's house. Other than that, I have not won
that's,
anything.
that's because it's not your lawyer's turn to win. They
No,
take
it's because she's a court appointed.
well, but also I'm
Yeah,
also
I get what you
telling
mean. My bad. I get what you mean.
it depends on whose turn it is to win.
Yeah, and they want my boys. They're blonde hair, blue eyed boys.
Exactly. Exactly. And so,
And they were abused last time
I'm really
around, my
sorry
two
to
oldest.
hear about that.
Your
Um,
friend Stella says that she was there when Heather was arrested. The deputy didn't give us an option to take the kids. Called CPS immediately. I would have taken the boys if they wouldn't have brought in CPS. Is what Stella says.
Yes, and she was there. She took the second half of the video.
okay. Well, this is a thought of mine. Stella, do you have a place for her older child that we could use you to place him there and get him out of the group home?
Currently, she
Oh,
doesn't
flashing light.
Okay.
because she has a case that is less than 10 years old.
Why won't your aunt take the other child?
Because he has behavioral issues due to the abuse of their
Oh,
father.
there we go.
Do you know
I
anyone
I
that
now have a friend named Shirley that is trying. That I just talked to her today. She's willing to take my oldest.
okay, and she has a place for him? They can come to a home study and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
that's what we need to do right now is try to get him out of that situation he's in.
They're
Because,
supposed to call her tomorrow.
okay, to me, that is the most dire situation that we have on our plate right now is to get that child out of there. Okay.
Yeah, remember whenever I called you, Tiffany? Tell them about what I told you.
Girl, you told me a lot of stuff. So
There's a
I
lot
don't
going
know what you
on.
want me to say, so you better say it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. He got into a fight while he was on the phone with me. They wouldn't back off him. And he said that everybody here, the people, the kids and the staff all hate him. That they
Where
ain't giving
is
him a chance. That
where
none of
is
them care. He's in
Where?
Greenville, a Greenville group home.
how far is that from you?
30 minutes. And I'm trying to get him to come here. I'm trying to get him to come here
Right. I mean,
because he wasn't part of the case to begin with.
because you've got a place to live, correct? Now.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I have a place to live.
Okay.
Where I'm at actually right now is a place.
Okay. Cool. Um, it looks nice.
It is. We
Awesome.
got goats, we got ducks, we got dogs, we
Sweet.
got plenty of property, we got a trampoline, we got a playground, we got a well.
But don't you have a court date coming up?
On the 15th of July. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. This is a time sensitive thing. She's got court, and well, tomorrow's the second.
Okay. So, what is this?
13 more days.
What is court about? What are we being going to court for this time?
It's an adversary hearing about my oldest, and it is a hearing about my two little ones to see where we're at with them and my services, which I
Okay.
haven't been able to start any services because what videos I did on the tablet in jail do not pertain to what need to be done according to CPS okays
Okay. Well,
because we
all
didn't
that
have no classes.
I'm going to tell you something. All the shit they want you to do, you can do online. Um, you know, and we need to request that they come do a home study at your house, as well as the other person that's looking into taking him. Okay. But you need a home study done on your house that we can take to court on the 15th.
Yes, and I told them that too, and I don't see nobody lighting a fire under their ass.
Okay, well, we're going to light a fire under their ass. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you've got to put a wiggle in it. You can't sit on it. Okay?
No, Tiffany, do you know me to sit on it?
Whatever you tell her to do, she will do.
Okay. So
I'm a soldier for my boys.
I want you to put it in writing that you want a home study done of the house and make sure everything's clean as a whistle. There's nothing they can, and they look for the weirdest shit. Like
I know.
they don't want, and I think this is the weirdest thing. You know, if you get a bag of onions and you put it in the bottom of your pantry, well, heaven forbid you can't have onions on the floor of the pantry or anything on the floor of the pantry. But you can stick it on top of the box in the bottom of the pantry. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
The trampoline may be an issue.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yep. So if you can pack it up and stick it somewhere, that's great.
One moment, let me take the earbuds out because it's starting to hurt my ears.
So I think you're right, Kim. I think the son in the home needs to come home first.
That is your first goal.
Yeah.
And I know you want the babies home, but the babies are in a safe place. I mean, I don't mean the 11-year-old's a baby, but you know what I'm saying, the 2 young children. So we need to focus on your 13-year-old that's in the group limit, getting him home and getting him into, I want you to go ahead and set up therapy appointments for him. I want you to get him an appointment at the pediatrician. I want you to do all these things before they ask you to do it. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and get those things marked off. Start going to AA. If they want you in an AA meeting, go to a dang AA meeting. Get the coffee and sit in the back.
One
Yeah, you
moment,
don't
I
have to
cannot
talk.
hear none of y'all at the moment.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh shoot! Fire! She left us.
Yep.
She'll be back.
She's back.
She will do.
This sounds like craziness.
She will do whatever you tell her to
We
do.
gotta focus on the 13-year-old first. What is, and if you don't want to share with me, it's fine, Tiff. What is the criminal stuff going on?
She's right back. She can tell you.
Oh, hey, girl. What is number one? We're going to focus on the 13-year-old. I said that when I think you were gone.
Yes, I'm sorry. I missed about a minute of that because I was trying to get the earbuds out of my ear. They were hurting.
Okay.
What did I miss?
Just that we're going to focus on the 13-year-old getting him home. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want you to focus on.
Okay.
Number two, what is the criminal stuff? If you don't want to tell me on this podcast, you don't have to. We can talk about it.
There is no criminal. The only thing criminal that they have on that they're trying to get me on is abandonment and endangerment. It's 2 felonies.
Gotcha.
That's it. And I just went to the store.
Which you didn't do.
They were in the car. Okay, there was no electricity at my camper at my property because the landlady shut it off. And I didn't get an opportunity to get.
And you were moving the camper the next day, anyways, right?
Yeah, because I was leaving within the next couple of weeks anyway. And I was only there for one night after I was able to find somewhere to go for me and my boys. So there was no point in turning on electricity if it was only going to be a couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we were basically camping it out like you're allowed to do out in the wilderness.
Right.
But we were on private property, not in public property. And I had the car running with the AC on. My baby was strapped in his car seat with the AC on. My 11-year-old was with him in the front passenger seat. He wasn't in the car seat, in the driver's seat because he's scared. I've been trying to teach him how to drive and teach all my kids how to be self-sufficient and how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of themselves. And he was like, I don't want to go because he ain't buying me nothing. So he wanted to stay with his brother.
Right.
I mean, what's wrong with that? In the back road to go to the store, it's a really bumpy road. So his head would have been doing boom, boom, boom. And then I would have had to wake him up in order to go in for one beer.
An 11-year-old with a 3-year-old. There's nothing wrong with it.
He was almost 3. He was 1 week or 1.5 weeks from being 3.
As far as I'm concerned, he was 3.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the endangerment is going to come in is because she left him in a running car.
But no, according to Texas law, that's a Class C misdemeanor ticket. Okay, that's
I
a Class C
understand,
misdemeanor ticket. But
but what I'm
also,
saying is
the
that is
endangerment.
probably where the felony is going to come in, and it will probably get dropped anyway to a misdemeanor.
Right.
But they
I
needed
was
something
originally
to
told
charge
it
you
was just
with.
because I was in jail.
Right.
There it
So
is.
it's like, why are my kids home then if I was just in jail? Because now I'm not. I'm home.
Because now the state wants to keep getting the money they've been getting for them, and they want you to jump through hoops so
And
they
then they
can get
added
more
my
money.
last one.
This is what people don't ever understand. Once this thing begins, the reason they took your kids doesn't matter anymore. So stop trying to fight it. It's gone.
Right.
Because now what they're basing their investigation on is what you do from that point
Yeah.
forward, how you act with your kids, what you visit
Yeah.
with them, what you do, how you interact, and
Yep.
those things. So people need to stop with their arguing about why the kids were taken and why they're home. That's it, because that play is over with. We're on to make sure you do these things that they've
So
told
you
you.
can get it back.
That's where you need to move to. Stop trying to do this. It's just like people that are like, my kid's getting abused in foster care. You know what? That sucks. But you know what? They're not coming home to you. So stop trying to make this fight. You're not going to go. It's not going to go the way you think that it should go. You think that your kids should come back to you because now they're in foster care. They're getting abused. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go that way. If anything, that's going to get your kids further away from you. You know, and people need to stop with this. I see so many people spend so much time on arguing my kids are being abused or that they did this or they did that, you know, and this is why I lost my kids. That all of a sudden they're at a TPR hearing and they haven't done shit. They haven't done a damn thing because they've been too busy arguing the fact that they should have never have had their kids taken to begin with. The facts are this: they're taken. So move along and go with what they're trying to say and know how to fight from there on out. Don't worry about that fight's over with. You lost.
Right.
You know,
And
people need to leave that alone.
furthermore, we can deal with that later when the kids are home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
because I want to sue them.
Well, and we'll get there. But right now, you got to focus on your 13-year-old.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
And he's having major issues. He's got a broken knuckle. They were trying to tell him he couldn't tell me what was going on. They told him, we can't talk about your placement. We can't talk about your placement. And it's like, why can't he tell me what's going on with him? And once they couldn't control him at the place, they finally let him kind of tell me a little bit about what was going on. But I had to keep telling him, baby, right now you have to be strong. You have to keep your head up and you have to pretend. You have to tell them, I'm better than this.
Right.
I had to keep telling them stuff like that in order to stay on the phone with them because they weren't going to let me unless I calmed them down.
Okay, so I want you to request the home study first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Tell your attorney I'm requesting a home study. I'm trying to get my
I tried to get a hold of her right after, and I couldn't get a hold of her. She still never returned any phone calls or messages.
Well, they never do. Yeah, they never do because they don't give a shit. They're getting paid by the county.
Yeah, exactly. They're all friends. Remember, I told you she already done admitted to me that they're all friends and they work very well together.
Right. And
At least she told the truth about that.
Also, yeah, at least she told the truth about that. At first, they didn't even want to listen to the fact that I knew that Texas doesn't have an age limit. Do you know what my criminal lawyer said? Whenever I said that to my CPS lawyer, he told me, well, if even half of this stuff in your SERP is true, you're fucked. That's what my criminal lawyer told me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I never heard of do that
Me
before.
either.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna keep quiet. I done told him I'm not gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna go to the world about this.
Yeah, and they don't think you will or you can. They don't think you're capable.
Here I am. Hi.
Well, exactly. But like I said, we've got to focus on the 13-year-old. That has
Yeah,
to be your sole focus. It's not what you're going to do to them. I want you
not
to put
yet.
on like
Yeah.
a racehorse and only have him in front of you. Okay?
And my boys are the only thing in front of me.
So whatever is on that, what they're wanting you to do, the AA or the N, whatever those things were that you said they're asking you to do, get them done. Start doing them. It does not mean you're guilty. It means you're complying.
I'm waiting for her to send me the links to the places that let me.
Okay, I understand. And so your attorney needs to put it in writing. Okay.
But I can't get a hold of my attorney.
Can you email the attorney?
Gotta keep
I
fighting.
don't have the
Gotta keep
email.
fighting.
I
Gotta
only
keep
have the
going.
address and the phone number, and I ain't getting an answer back on it either.
Okay.
Go
Well,
over to the office.
I don't have a car.
Yeah.
My
do
car
it.
got towed. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Lyft, Uber, all that stuff.
do you have someone that can take you up there?
He works during the week, during the hours that stuff is open.
Keep calling. Call every minute until somebody calls you back.
Yep. Keep calling.
Okay, that I can do. That I
But
can
I
do.
guarantee you they have an email and we can find it. Guarantee you we
I'll
can
dig out the card.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
I got a lady up in Georgia that's been doing this with me for 21 years. Okay. And she's better than the damn FBI.
I love
Every
it.
time I need something, I call her and I'm like, hey. And she's like, I'm on it. And about 2 hours later, she'll call me back with all the information I need.
I love it.
So she's incredible. And I will tell you, just for everyone to know, she's a woman that I helped her with her daughter when her daughter was young. And she has just been diagnosed with cancer. So keep her in your prayers, please.
Oh, wow.
She is a true warrior in this fight as well and has been for a long time.
Well, God bless her.
And so, but I will get her to find, I want you to get my contact information from Tiff and send me so I have your phone number. I want to know the attorney's name and I want all the particulars. I want your case numbers. I want all of that. Okay.
I don't have the case numbers, but I do have the attorney names.
Do you have the paperwork?
The paperwork from court, the first hearing. Yeah.
Okay. There should be a case number on there.
Okay. Yeah.
And it should be a 2025 case number.
Okay.
Okay. Just
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you know what you're looking for.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But you can just take a picture of the front page where it has in the whatever court, district court of whatever county.
Yes, ma'am.
And then that shouldn't be difficult. Okay.
No.
And just remember that there's going to be a lot of stuff that has to get done. And
No, I am more than fine with that. I have brain damage from my wreck. So I'm trying to work through everything I need to do. I get scatterbrained very easily. Plus, I have borderline personality disorder and bipolar.
Okay.
That's why I needed people like y'all is to help me stay focused and help me.
Okay. So you have dissociative identity disorder? Is that what you said?
Borderline personality.
Okay. And bipolar, is that what you said also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. My daughter suffers from a lot of mental illness due to what happened to her, so I'm really familiar with that, and I will help you through this. We're going to keep you focused. You have a right to know where your children are. You have a right to be with them, and just know that. And we're going to fight to get to get you your children back. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And so don't get in the weeds with these people. When they say dumb crap, don't get in the weeds with them. Go, okay, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You know, stay focused on these babies coming home.
Yes. They try
Okay.
to tell me not to tell them that they're going to come home and everything else. I was like, they're coming home. I can't say exactly when, but they are coming home.
They are coming home.
They are.
So, I mean, I just know stay out of Georgia. I need a Georgia lead. Sorry, I was just reading that.
Oh, you're
Um,
good.
I mean, what I'm going to say to that, I don't know who these people are about stay out of Georgia. And every state's bad. Every state's bad. I mean, you
Right.
can't stay out of. I mean, the Punisher can tell you to stay out of where.
Georgia,
Okay, and Tiff, where can you tell people to stay out of?
Virginia.
Texas, Georgia,
Maine,
Maine.
Maine.
I mean, they're all bad.
Yeah,
They're all
Watch
bad.
your P's and Q's and know your rights.
Yeah. So
that's it.
they're all bad. They all have. I
But
mean,
honestly, you can know your rights and watch your P's and Q's and still get screwed like I'm doing.
well, of course, we all have been.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We all have been.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to belittle what you're saying, but these
No,
stories,
not at all. You're totally good.
they're a dime a dozen. Okay.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, and that's what we're trying to stop.
I actually did pretty good at fending them off for a good while, didn't I, Tiffany?
You did it. You've
Because
done a
they
great,
kept coming at me.
Heather. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, in an extremely difficult situation. When
Thank
you take a mother's children, that is the worst thing can do to a mother. When you take a father's children, that is the worst thing you can do to a father. I mean, I can tell you, I remember back in the day laying on the floor praying God would just end the world because I couldn't handle
Mhm.
it.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've all been there. Okay. And I'm sorry you're in the depths of it now, but we're going to get you through it.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to get you through it. Stay tough, stay strong. It doesn't mean you can't have a cry fest in the bathroom for an hour, but then you got to get your shit together and get moving forward.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yeah.
And I'm sympathetic to you. But what I'm going to tell you is if I have a mama or a daddy that comes up to me and keeps crying, I'm like, that's not serving you. And we can't do that. We don't have time.
Oh,
And
easy.
it ain't accomplishing nothing.
Pardon?
It doesn't accomplish nothing.
Right. And so, but I get it happens sometimes. And I've had those tough conversations with so many women over the years. I can't tell you. I have done some men, Punisher, but not as many. Um, and oh, look at that baby. Is that a poodle?
Yes.
I love poodles. That's my jam.
His
Um,
name is Ozzy.
how old is he?
Oh, about a year.
Oh, I have the big poodles, the standard poodles. Anyways, I
He's a
digress.
tiny poodle. A miniature.
So get your information to me. I definitely want to help you. Um, and we've got to, I mean, this week we've almost lost because we're going to be at July 2nd tomorrow. And there's nobody that works at a courthouse that's even going to go in July 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever.
Right. Right.
But still want you to make those
But we still
requests.
got time.
And if we have to, we're going to do certified mail and mail it to the damn CPS caseworker.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Just
So, and if
remind me
you're
with a message after you get my phone number. Remind me of everything I gotta do, and I'll get it done.
okay, where they're
Everybody
telling
will
you,
tell you my husband's spending trying to get things done.
okay, where they're telling you the things you have to do, the AA, the whatever the different things are you need to do. If they're not giving you any information, go do it on your own and
But the
say,
thing
here,
is, there has to
Judge,
be
I
stuff that
sent
they
this
approve
letter,
of.
I sent this email, and I promise you the caseworker's got an email. Promise you. They all do. If we can
Yeah.
find out her name, I can probably figure out what it is because I got so many emails
It's
from,
the Nature or something like that.
yeah, but I got so many emails from those people that we can figure out what her email is. Okay. It's
Right.
probably,
Right.
her name dot her last name at cps.gov dot bullshit.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm sorry, I'm just a little upfront when I talk about these things.
I
I
appreciate it.
You're going through this. but I'm here to help you. I've known Tiff for, gosh, it seems like forever now, doesn't it? We were just kind of sisters at heart when we talked to each other, because we both been there. Um, Punisher's been there. He's like a brother to all of us who are out here. And we understand where you're at, and there's a special bond you will have with these other people who've been there. So I
I
want you
would
to,
actually like to become an advocate after all this is said and done,
well, I think that's awesome. But
because there needs to be more people that are like y'all and stands up, and it's like y'all need to know your rights.
There needs to be more people like you that's going to win your kids and get them home first before you become an advocate.
right.
Thank you, Lord.
That's what, and I want you to know your best partner in all of this, and I don't mean to preach, but I'm going to, is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, you pray the armor of God on you every single day that you get out of bed, because they're coming for you. And at the
He's
end
already
of
got us.
and at the end of the day, this is all about Satan's bullshit.
And that's why God brought y'all to me to begin with. That's why he put Tiffany in my life to begin with.
Exactly. So just remember that it's not gonna be easy. There's no cakewalk. At the end, we're gonna have a victory. Okay. But
Yeah.
there may be bumps in the road getting there. So
Of course.
you can spend tomorrow all day getting the services lined out that they want you to have. And I know you don't think you need them. I didn't think I needed. I didn't need them either, but I did it to check the box.
That's all. Yeah, that's all it is checking the boxes.
Right. Exactly.
I'm more than willing to do them. And I even told CPS that. I said I'm more than willing to do them.
Yeah.
But y'all are gonna listen to me too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, we got to end. So I'm going to take pictures of both your profiles and send it to each other so you all can send friend requests and y'all can get information.
Perfect.
Okay.
And what's your name?
And my name's Kim Brown, but on Facebook I'm Kim Smith Tucker
Yes, Miss Tucker. Okay, that way I know to accept it.
on Facebook. Yeah. And we're going to get through this, and it's gonna take a village, but we've got your village. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are loved here, and you're accepted right where you're at.
And I love y'all too.
Okay.
Love you, Tiffany.
I love you too, honey. Darren.
I'm working on it right now, Tiffany. And on a lighter note, did you know that the P. Diddy jury has come to a verdict, except for charge?
Yeah, the problem is they can't figure out it's the racketeering one.
Yeah.
I know that
I think they're going to know tomorrow.
that P Diddy crap.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, ain't that crazy?
He's going to be convicted. He's going to prison. He needs to go to prison.
He's done.
And so is the others that are involved.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing on a different scale. I mean, he's been trafficking humans for
Yeah.
sex.
All of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Look at
And the
Aaliyah
music
and
business
everything.
is going down.
Yeah, and it's like the Epstein stuff. It's like it's
Satanic.
all crap.
Well, Epstein's hidden away somewhere with the Clintons. He's
It's
not.
all
Epstein's
satanic.
not dead. He's hidden away somewhere.
Yep.
Yep. Put your guard armor on, people,
Amen.
because it's coming.
Put the armor of God. You're washed in the blood of Jesus, and that's how you go about your day. And when you start feeling like things aren't good and you're getting frustrated and stressed out, you just pray for peace.
Yep.
Oh, we got a kitty cat.
Pray for peace and listen to good, positive things.
Yes.
That's here. Right
Like
here.
for
Tiff and the
real,
Punisher. And
people,
we'll
if
catch
you
all
are
guys
getting
tomorrow
down in
night.
the dumps and
Same
you
time.
got some bad stuff going on, don't listen to the hard metal or the sad, crappy, or the rap that makes you feel like your thug life. Listen to some positive things that's going to change your brain.
Amen. Absolutely.
Amen. All right, guys. Have a
Thanks,
good night,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you at the same time. Stay in place. Have a good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Love y'all.
Love y'all.
I'm Tiff, yes.
Okay, Darren.
Let's go.
All right.
Tomorrow.
That's all. God will not let you fall. the faith, keep on pressing. I think about you 100 times a day. It's no way to keep the pain away. I'm so scared of forgetting your smile, so I look at pictures of my child. It breaks my heart we lost her so young. We missed all the tender times, can't be redone. Please God, stop the pain, this is no fun. I know that God has the plan. I don't understand who I am. I do know I have the faith to pray to God from any place. Please God, make this pain end. It's a nightmare that should have never been. My faith in you is guiding my way. Excuse me, God, I have to say, give me back my baby, I'm not playing around. She's a piece of my life. I'll do anything for you now.
We live in a land paid for by blood, a country that was built up from sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing never lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. It's no surprise the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. Who the hell gave them that power? These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say you need to pay attention to issues, because we aren't going away. We come bearing the Constitution, well recited if we may. We the people is how it begins. The words that follow, you can fill them in, because they are true as they were meant to be. You're taking our freedoms one at a time. No one's paying attention except for us reciting these lines. You don't get to take away the rights we were given. Taking away our children should get you in prison. I'm not messing around, it's no laughing matter. Give our children freedom, or feel your
Tiff, Shatter. We are the ones who make the decisions. You lost track of your job, we're here to petition. This is your final chance. America doesn't need to fight a civil war. We just need you politicians to hit the door. So do the right thing and leave this city of Washington, or turn things around, give us something to fall again. Give us back our children, not one at a time. We all want them back